Oliver Ames Sports are sponsored by Bank of Easton, Easton Lions Club, Law Firm of Sutton & Sutton. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for their support in producing this sports season.
It's matinee baseball at Frothingham Park today as your Oliver Ames Tigers are taking on the New Bedford Whalers. And it's a beautiful day out here today. We're looking at about 55 degrees, and it's an exciting day to be able to have some baseball. I'm your play-by-play announcer today, Adam Rivero. It's my first time here on the call today, so I'm looking forward to being able to be with you today for some of this OA baseball action. And with me today on color commentary is Tommy as well. We're glad to have you with us today, Tommy.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, Oliver Ames is looking at 1-4 record today and looking to get back on the winning side. New Bedford, 0-5 on the year, looking for their first win of the season. Tommy, how's the team feeling today?
I think we're feeling good here. You know, we're on a little bit of a losing streak, but I think there's a great opportunity to get hot, get back on track.
And that's the way it's looking today, and we're still at warm-ups. The lineups are being exchanged, and we'll be here for baseball in just a moment. Andrew Whiteside is going to be our pitcher today for Oliver Ames, and has he pitched yet already on the mound this year?
Yeah, he has. He closed against Franklin, which was actually our first win, so that was pretty big for the kid. And I can't remember if he's pitched again, but he's doing pretty solid so far, so you love to see that.
Well, he's get the start today on the bump, and we're excited for him. And that game against Franklin, the win so far, looking to, like I said, break that losing streak today. But that was I would say, a statement win against Franklin.
Yeah.
And had some difficulty with them in years past, but really got one over on them. That was an away game, I believe.
Yes, it was an away game.
So,
especially for our first game of the season, that was a big win for us. So.
Good
hoping we can get back on that hot streak.
Yeah, good way to start the year, and it's a beautiful day, and it's a good day to get back on the winning side for OA. A lot of action going on today, not just here in Easton, but for girls softball. They'll be playing today. Right about now, it should be game time, and they're in Framingham, and we have varsity and JV and Froshmore all playing today against New Bedford. I think some home and some away today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that our JV team is home and then our Froshmore team's away. So.
All right, so trying to get 3 away from New Bedford today. We'll see how that goes, and we're just getting through to some of the final warm-up pitches, and we'll be ready for some baseball here in just a moment. Glad to have us, opportunity to have our cameraman here today, Adam, as well as Tyler, and then engineering, the incredible Joe Taft. And so we're thankful to have him here today. Taking time out of his busy schedule from making movies to be able to be with us here today at Frothingham Park. But we're certainly looking forward to it. The crowd is coming in. They're excited. There's nothing like morning baseball, let me tell you. It's had Patriot Day just a few days ago. Red Sox playing at 11 o'clock. That's just kind of a neat tradition. And here we are, 11:30, and it's a good thing. How's the preparation different for a morning game than when you're normally in school, Tommy?
So, we get to the park a little bit earlier, have a little more time to get warmed up, stretch out a little more than as we're just rushing from right after school. So that's definitely a big help, I would say.
Well, and we are underway here, and that just happened right quick. We were just talking, enjoying ourselves, but we're missing the game. And so right now it is a 2-0 count with A.J. Rivera at the plate for New Bedford. And on the outside, ball 3. Oh, there's a strikeout there. All right. All right. Actually a 3-1 count right now to Rivera. And he swings on it inside, and now we've got a full count. A lot of chatter right now from the New Bedford side, and both teams looking to be able to get the advantage here today. Count is full, and the pitch. And just a bit high and outside. And actually the count now is 3-2. All right. I think we're good now. That's good. That avoids the walk right there, but we got a full count. Whiteside with the pitch. Puts it in there. Strike 3 for the first out. It's good to get that first one out of the way right there. Excellent swing and miss by Whiteside against Rivera. And next we have Marquise Gonzalez up. Second baseman for New Bedford. Righty takes the pitch, and he makes a connection that's going deep into left field. The dive and the miss, and it's going to continue to roll. It's going back towards the track. The throw is to the cutoff man, and that is going to be a stand-up double for New Bedford. Solid contact right on the barrel there for New Bedford, for Gonslaves. And just like that, we have one out. Runner on second, and Joe Costello at the plate. Right fielder for New Bedford. Gonslaves takes a little bit of a lead there on second. And the pitch. And another connection that goes in the gap for a base hit. The runner is going to go to third. He's actually going to stretch it out to home. The cutoff to the is stopped there at second base. A sliding run for New Bedford, and just like that, the score is 1-0. A little bit of a tough start right there. Boy, that was a seeing eye single right there, right through the infield. Just enough to be able to get the runner from second base to home. Andrew's going to try to shake it off here a little bit. We get a foul ball, and count is 0-1. Jaron Goodine is at the plate right now. Second baseman for New Bedford. Again, the runner on first. One out. Count is 0-1. The throw to home. Pop-up. That's going to be back behind the backstop and almost back here where we are. Didn't bring my baseball glove today, so I'm catching that. But just like that, the count is 0-2. Of course, Oliver Ames looking for a double play right here. That would be really nice to end the inning right now.
2 strikes and no balls.
Oh, and the throw back to first, and the runner is safe. Keep it on us there on first. And the set and the pitch. He runs, and it's going to be a foul tip. Count remains 0-2, and the runner goes back to first. The runner definitely looking to try to take advantage of some speed right there. But the count is still 0-2, and the pitch, and it's high and inside for a ball. Count now 1-2. He runs again, and that's going to be right to the third baseman. He collects it. His only play is to first, actually. Doesn't have time to get it to first and tries to make the connection at second as the runner actually overplays the bag, but he is safe as well. And so an infield single puts runners at first and second. Still one out here in the first inning. Jared Goodine's at the plate. may have had the wrong player at the plate before, but that is going to be fouled off on the first base side, and the count is 0-1. Oliver Ames got to be looking for a double play right here, wanting to get a quick end to the inning right now. Last couple hits, contact have been low. They've been grounders. Be good for a double play. And that is what we're looking for right here. And to second, and he fumbles the ball, but he's going to get him at second, actually. And he's going to get the out just in time. A fielder's choice with the runner at first, but that gets 2 outs. And even though there's not a double play there and the runner advances to third, still got to be happy about the fact that we've got that second out there. And looking to close out the inning here. Brent Sharples is at the plate, third baseman. And he also makes contact. That is going foul. The first baseman's running to get it, but it's going to be out of play. 0-1. Andrew does seem to be putting him right there in the zone. He's throwing strikes right now, is what you're looking for. He's attacking the batters, which is good. That second pitch is low, but there's a pitch out and safe at second. But a run is going to score from third with a throw to second. That gives an opening for Costello to score from third. And the score is now 2-0. With a runner on second, the runner advancing on that stolen base from first. And the count is still 0-2. And the pitch. It's low, and it's actually through the legs of the catcher. It's behind him, and he's going to third base now. Our runner's going to third. Looking to make the turn, but wisely stepping back to third base. Pass ball there. Drew Hall catching today, and right there through the legs, that was a tough one to be able to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he couldn't see that one. And the problem with this long backstop here is it's pretty easy for a runner to advance from second to home on a pass ball like that. So I'd say we're lucky that the runner didn't move as fast.
And solid connection to second, the throw to first, and that will end the damage right there. New Bedford scores 2, but Oliver Ames is coming to bat here in just a moment. And so all things considered, that could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Yeah. Definitely not as bad, hold them only to 2, but it's all right.
Well, Tommy, we were just mentioning a few moments ago that New Bedford has not won a game yet, but you all won against Franklin a couple weeks ago, and the first inning has been deadly the last couple of games for OA, hasn't it?
Definitely has been.
And so having a stop there, even just 2 runs, is definitely a positive thing. Gets Andrew in the groove. I like the attack that he had there on the plate, and certainly we'll see what happens here in the next half inning. Oliver Ames getting ready to bat and looking to put some runs on the board. Runs have been a little scarce the last couple games. The bats have been a little bit quiet, but I feel like from what we've been talking about, perhaps they've been poised to break out a little bit.
Yeah. And we got Matt Lawson here, one of our captains, starting us off, so hopefully he does something big here.
Well, you'd love to get those 2 runs back here and really just kind of put a little bit of pressure on New Bedford, no doubt. They're feeling it a little bit, looking to win their first game and jumping out ahead by 2. Certainly maybe a little confident, hopefully a little overconfident, but we'll see what happens. Danny Roche is going to be your pitcher today, starting for New Bedford right now. Don't have any statistics for the year, but watching him warm up right now and hoping that, again, OA will be able to get those bats started quickly here today. Well, it's a good time to remind you that, as a reminder, town election is being held on Saturday, April 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Oliver Ames High School. For more information and to find out your precinct, visit Easton, www.easton.ma.us/vote. Get out there and vote this Saturday in the town election. If you're at home today watching and you're saying, what is this play-by-play guy doing? My answer to you is, well, Not 100% sure, although we're doing our best. Tommy and I, little uptight. That's all right. It's our first time being out here, for me for play-by-play and for him for color. But, man, it's a great day for baseball. You can't complain being out here. Beautiful temperature, beautiful place to watch a game here at Frothingham Park. Man, unbelievable. Worcester Field here at Frothingham. Historic Frothingham Park, you could say. And nice crowd coming out for an early game. You're not sure who's going to come out for an 11:30 game. A lot of people at work and school vacations and things like that. But it's a really nice crowd here today.
Yeah, decent amount of supporters for the boys here, so you love to see that.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, you could pay probably $75 a head and go to Fenway and be sad right now for the most part. Or you can come down to Frothingham and enjoy some guys who are playing for the love of the game. All right, we're going to get started here at the bottom of the first. And as Tommy was just saying just a few moments ago, Matthew Lawson is at the plate. And Roche winds up in his first pitch. Way inside, actually hits him right between the shoulder blades. And he takes first. And boy, you don't like to see a player get plunked like that. But at the same time, you're certainly glad to get first.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I will say, it didn't look like that was too hard of a plunk if you're going to get plunked.
Yeah.
Not intentional, I would say. Lost a little bit of control there. But just like that, we got a runner on first, and David Rogers is now at the plate. Lefty. You can really hear OA over there on the bench, really chatting it up over there, giving him a little bit of an encouragement. He swings and misses, and the count's 0-1. All right, gets down low in the stance. And the pitcher throws back to first, and he's easily safe there. Again, the count is 0-1. And he connects, and that goes to right field, and that's going to go in the gap, and he's going to go ahead and come around. It's going to score at least one here. There's the throw to the cutoff man, and he's coming around second. That's a slide into third, and safe at home, and just like that, there's no outs, and the score is 2-1 OA. What do you think about that, Tommy?
That is a great piece by D-Rod. You really do love to see that, especially sitting back here commentating. I'm not able to celebrate with the team over there, but I'm very excited to see that.
You can celebrate a little bit. It's good. So we're not pretending to be impartial here. There's no doubt about it. We're definitely OA boosters, and we're excited to see that. He got all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just going to keep on rolling and rolling. Would have rolled to a wall if there was one. There's another strong hit, and that's going to left field, and the left field makes the catch. The runner tags up, and he's going to come home. And believe it or not, just like that, within minutes, we're back up even at 2 apiece.
That's, great recognition by D-Rod there. He's got the speed, so I was personally expecting him to tag up there and be safe, so you love to see that.
No doubt there from third to home, and boy, I'll tell you, even the animals are loving it. I'll tell you, we're bringing them all in. People, cats, dogs, bringing people together here at Frothingham Park today. The first pitch is inside and low. It's ball one. Listen, you're not going to get that at Fenway. I'll tell you, you're not going to get that at all. And OA is feeling it right now. They are liking getting up on top. And like I said, the bats have been silent so far the last few games, not today. Another pitch outside and low, and 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, that'd be a strike, yeah. That's it. And the throw to home. Strike 2.
Breaking ball right there. Buckled Drew, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Steps in, got to
out of that
protect
one.
here. Yeah.
So 1 and 2. I realize the umpire had a very slow strike call.
Yeah.
Very slow, very theatrical. Inside, way inside, almost to the knees. 2 and 2 is the count.
Got to be looking to protect here. Have a good 2-strike approach.
Inside once again, and that's going to give us a full count. Roche is definitely lacking a little bit of control here to start. A lot of pitches on the inside so far. I can tell you, if they can get one of those hanging fastballs there, they can really pound it. And that is a strikeout.
Strike 3. It's unfortunate. It's a
Little
good battle, though.
A little bit low, but a good at bat. Definitely had to be happy with the at bat, even though the result wasn't what you wanted there. That was low right there at the edge of the zone. Lucas Riley, captain, is now up for OA. And the pitch swings through it. First strike. Definitely looking for something to hit right there. Lucas sets. And the pitch.
Ball outside.
Down in the dirt and outside. 1-1. Good discipline from the OA batters so far. Not chasing today. This might be one of those days, if you wait, you're going to get your pitch. Again, outside and low. 2-1. And he pops it up, and that's going to go just into the shallow outfield. Right fielder calls it and misses it. Some confusion there. He runs to second, and he's called out at second base. Boy, a tough turn of events there for OA. But you got to be happy with the fact they tied it up there in the first inning. Well, after 1, the score is 2-2. New Bedford and Oliver Ames will be back in just a moment here on ECAT.
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people, and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
Hi, I'm Jen from Fantasy Crafts. Turn your average household items into fun for the whole family. Let your imagination run wild. It was my decision. You be quiet over there. Fantasy Crafts playing Monday at 3 p.m., Wednesday at 1 p.m., only at ECAT.
All right, we're back. Second inning, score is tied 2-2. First pitch is outside for a ball. They get outside, ball 2. JT Goodine is at the bat. First baseman. The next pitch comes and gets it in. Strike call there on the corner. Throw to home, also outside. Ball 3.
Battle back here, Saggy. Here we go.
3-1. The pitch is fouled off the knuckles,
Oh.
and that sounded like it hit someone's car.
I hope it's not mine.
Yeah. Good reminder to park about a block away if you're coming to Frothingham Park, as I
Definitely.
did. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Geico. All right. And the pitch also
Just
outside for a ball and a walk. And New Bedford has one on with no outs. Yeah, that sounded like it was full on.
Oh, definitely.
I got headphones on right now, but I'll tell you this: you don't like to hear the sound of crunching on a foul ball for sure. But that was out of the park. Andrew ready to the pitch right now with Jack D'Ameto. Up.
Went for an attempt to bunt there, but missed it.
Left fielder for New Bedford. Looks for a bunt again. It's actually behind him, but the throw out back to first, and he's back in time. Prepared for the runner to get moving there. 1 ball, 1 strike. See if he's still looking to bunt here. Playing a little small ball right now, trying to at least move the runner. And the throw back to first once again. He's safe. And the pitch. A little bit high, and the count is 2-1. Doesn't look like he wants to bunt now. Looking like he's preparing to make a full swing. And he deals. And it's outside, and it gets away from him. The runner's going to advance to second base.
It's one of those long pass balls I was talking about earlier. Just seems to keep on rolling forever.
Yeah, that's a tough one, and you're right. You know, if you've not been out to Frothingham Park before, you're looking as they go out to the mound right now and just talk about it a little bit with Andrew. You're looking at a baseball field in the middle of a track, and so because of that, the dimensions are a little bit awkward, and you're talking probably a good, 30 feet or so back. And so if it's a passed ball, there's really just no way the runner's not going to advance when something like that happens.
Most of the times they are advancing 2 bases. They get a good jump. So glad that their runner only advanced 1 there. So
yeah, limiting it to 1, limiting the damage there is definitely a good thing. And the count again after the mound visit there is 3-1. Runner on second, no outs. Two to 2, all tied up. New Bedford and OA. And D'Ameto receives the pitch. And he makes contact to third with diving stop and the throw to first. And he just misses it, but the runner from second advances to third, the throw to third, and he's
got
out.
him.
He got him.
Good play.
Heads up play.
Great play right
Incredible.
there. Just missed the first out at first, but that's how you stick with it. Threw it right back to third for our out. There we go.
That's some heads-up play right there. Not just the diving stop, picking up that ground ball at third, getting it to first.
Great stop by Matt at third. Just missed the pick at first, but great heads-up play by Lucas over there, sending it right back to third for our out.
Yeah, Lucas didn't give up on it. He picked
No,
it
he
right
did not.
back, had the recognition the runner's advancing, and threw a dart, an absolute dart into third base. And that definitely took maybe a little bit of that bad feeling coming from the runner advancing there and the mound visit, and that'll fire you up right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we still have that runner on first from the grounder just a few moments ago, but 1 out. Infield at double play depth. Pop up. That is going to be possibly playable. No, it's in the hedges, and that is going to be strike number 2. Danny Roca is at the bat, and he is the bottom of the order for New Bedford. Pitching today for them, or Roche rather. Time is called. The batter back in the box. Again, the count's 1-2. And the throw, the runner advances. Oh, and this is what you're talking about right here. Goes all the way to the backstop, but the runner's already advancing. He was trying to steal second, and he's going to make it all the way to the third, standing up.
That's what you see, that 2-base stretch there off that long pass ball. So it's definitely possible.
That goes right there, almost into the bleachers, and that's a real tough play. Not just to find the ball, but also to dig it out, try to get it back in. And so the double play opportunity is eliminated, but the count is still, or the count is now 2-2. Pitcher Roche at the plate. And he gets hit right on the elbow, and he'll be taken first. And that'll be runners on the corners.
I feel like it kind of looked like he was swinging there as he got hit.
It was almost a check swing. It kind of looked like it, but he kind of swung his shoulder into the pitch. But he gladly took one for the team there and advanced to first.
Calling him back, I think.
No, you may be right. Let's see what the call is there.
I think he's going to be. Is he going to be back at the? Foul ball, maybe. Were there 2 strikes before that?
There were 2 strikes before.
Then what?
So we're going to call that a foul tip there, maybe?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess.
We'll find out post game on that one. But hey, do you like the fact that that eliminates the runner at first, and he makes contact, and that's going to drop in front of the left fielder for a base hit. That will score a run. And a cruel twist of irony there.
Could have definitely don't like to see that.
Yeah, could have had the first base there. Came back, had another opportunity. A nice clean swing for the pitcher Roche, and scores the runner from third. And New Bedford's up 3-2. 1 out. Again, double play is in play. First pitch is in there.
Good spot there.
Just at the knees. Great spot. Great pitch right there for a strike. Same spot. Looked like the same spot.
Yeah,
yes, that one's a ball. Yeah, that's
it's interesting.
It looked like he hit the exact same spot. But A.J. Rivera back up to the top of the order again. And that's going to be a grounder to first, past the diving stop of the first baseman, past the right fielder, and he's going to have to go as that's rolling way into the outfield, cut off at second. And that's going to be a double, not a double play, but a double, and advance the runner to third. So runners on second and third now. 1 out still. Marquise Gonslaves is back for his second at bat. First time around, he hit a double. We'll see what he does this time. Andrew with the set and the pitch. Right down the middle, same spot again, and that's going to go in for a single, but it will score a run and move the runner from second to third.
Most of their hits are just getting right through the gaps there. I think that's the third ball that's gone through in the first and second base area. So,
no, you're right, Tommy. I mean, they're not really blasting it.
No.
To be honest with you, it's just those seeing eye singles.
Yep, they're getting them in the right spot.
Yeah, and that is what we're seeing so far. But that gives New Bedford again the 2-run advantage, with the score being 4-2. Still 1 out. Joe Costello is up. First pitch in there for a ball. A little bit of wind coming right now. Wind is blowing in. And again,
Here we go. Good spot there. Low and outside.
he keeps hitting that spot, and it seems like sometimes they're strikes and sometimes they're not. But, man, that's a great spot to be hitting. That's low and fouled out of play.
This one's not going to hit a car.
That one will not hit a car. We're happy.
Thank God.
We're happy for that. No doubt. 1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul to the third base line, and he hits it to the exact same spot. That hits a tree and goes into the crowd. Watch out. There's a souvenir for a lucky fan. So that one went into the tree, dropped down. Definitely not playable. The runner is advancing, and strikeout, though.
Strike. Drew tagged him out right away.
Yeah.
It's good awareness.
Heads up play, making sure that he tagged him out before he got too far. Didn't he had to make the throw to first. That's a strikeout, and 2 outs. Runner has advanced to second. Trevor Rodriguez, the DH, is at the plate.
Another
foul tip, and that one hits the maintenance shed behind us. And a heads-up play by a fan there, barehanding it off the roof. Excellent. The Brockton Rocks may need to sign him up this summer. All right. The next pitch. Just a bit outside. No, he got it. He got it in there. We'll take it.
It's a great spot.
He's painting the corners. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he really is. He's doing a great job at locating those pitches.
Fights it off. Foul to the third base side, and still 1 strike away. I got to feel good for Andrew right now in the fact that even though there's 4 runs, he's really been hitting his spot so far today.
He's throwing strikes. You can't ask for much more than that.
And the pitch is a little bit low. Again, good stop. Yeah, I would definitely say that 4 runs here in the second is not necessarily a showing of how he's done today pitching so far. And again, just not a lot of contact, just getting hit to the right spot or the wrong spot if you're away.
And another hit by pitch there.
HBP to the back, and he is going to limp his way to first base there. Hope he's okay. But Rodriguez hit by the pitch at first. He looks like he's laboring a little bit over there. First base coach will talk it over with him a little bit. Head coach is coming out to take a look, kind of having a conversation across the field to see if perhaps he needs to be taken out. He's running a little bit down the line, trying to just stretch himself a little bit. You ever been hit by a pitch, Tommy?
Oh, multiple times. Yeah. Not the best feeling, but, you're helping your team in a huge way, I would say, because, you're getting on base, you're taking one for the team. It's an injury right there, but definitely hurts a little bit.
Yeah, that will leave a little bit of a mark. But, yeah, the lower back is shoulder blades. Between the shoulder blades is where you want to get hit if you're going to. New Bedford's coach is going back to the dugout now. He seems to be okay. He's going to remain in the game. Crowd gives him a little bit of a round of applause, a little bit of respect. Conversation on the mound, and OA is looking to get out of this half inning right now. Goodine is back again at the plate. Batting 5th. Whiteside with the ball. Bases are loaded right now. 2 outs. Runners taking a little bit of a lead. And the pitch. Just a touch low and outside. Ball 2. With a momentum swing so far in this game, even just in the last inning and a half, it's been real, no doubt about it. And the pitch right between the knees,
one of those pass
and
balls again.
That's going to score not just 1, that is going to score 2. The runner from first goes to third. That's tough.
Yep.
New Bedford up 6-2 now.
That's that long backstop for you.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about that.
No, it's come to bite the Tigers several times already today, and just that length of distance, there is just no way to stop a runner at all. But that did score 2 with the runner in first advancing to third.
Good spot. Strike 1.
Goodine still at the plate, 3-1. Pitch is low, and that's ball 4. Runner from third thinking about trying to come home, but the ball was blocked enough that it just rolled right up the third base line without any issue. So runners at the corners again, and we are going to have another mound visit here for OA.
Gonna take this time, give our first shout out to Liquor World, one of the newest stores in town, I would say. And if you're over 21, I would definitely recommend going and checking it out.
All right, we do have several sponsors here, and thank you, Tommy, for giving us some of those here today and on color commentary. And then also, well, got a few more, but we'll wait right now. But I will say, if you are interested in sponsoring an OA broadcast, you can visit online at eastoncat.org for sponsorship opportunities, and there's also sponsorship opportunities to be an OA booster as well. OA athletics don't just happen, they need boosters like you to be able to help sponsor some of these games. All right, Brent Sharples is back up again for his second turn at the dish, and the throw is outside, ball 1. Again, runners at the corners, 2 outs, and Andrew looking to get out of this inning. 6-2 is our score here from Frothingham. The pitch. Low, and it goes through again, and that's going to score another run. The runner goes to second, and that makes it 7-2.
I'd say that was probably the best pass ball. You know, it bounced back off the fence, gave us a little bit more time.
Yeah, the best chance you have really is getting a little bit of a carom off of that chain link. The actual chain link is just going to absorb it. It's going to stop. It's going to fall to the bottom. And there's actually some ruts down here where it's really hard to get the ball. But if you get it off that post, you might get a little bounce back, which you did there, which probably had stopped the runner from advancing to third. And that's going to be a foul just to the left of the third base bag. Counts 2-1. And that's going to get passed again. Runner circles around third, takes a turn, thinks better of it, comes back. 3 balls and 1 strike. He's ready in the pitch. And hitting the lower back, and he'll take his base. Runners at the corners again. And coach is going to come out right now. And it looks like that may be the end of the day for Andy. That's a tough one right there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely is. I mean, he was throwing strikes, though. That's the one thing I could take away from these first 2 innings here.
Absolutely. I'd say some of those, not just those little seeing eye singles that he had, but you consider a couple of his pass balls. I mean, that just takes the wind out of your sails. And especially if you're trying to paint those corners, you're trying to get the hitters to miss, and then you're having some, you're still having the runners advance. That's a difficult spot, and you got to feel for him there that the confidence just has to go down as you're looking at the scoreboard. But at the same time, I mean, he was pitching some really, really nice pitches there on the corners. And tell us a little bit about our next pitcher that's coming in, Tommy.
So we got Colin Costello coming up here. He has been on varsity since his sophomore year. He's the same year as me, junior. And he definitely throws hard. He pounds the zone, I would say. I haven't seen much of him pitching, but I think he'll come out throwing strikes. He's got, let's say, a more unique arm slot here. So I think that these New Bedford hitters are going to have a tougher time picking up on that. As you can see right there, kind of comes inside arm a little bit.
It's a little bit of a side arm. It's a little bit different there, but he takes his warm-up pitches. He definitely has a little bit of heat there. It's a great time to remind you that Easton's Water Division is having their 40th annual Household Waste Collection Day. But due to a scheduling issue with our former vendor, no hazardous waste will be accepted this year. Acceptable items are car batteries, propane, passenger tires, waste oil, clothing, paper shredding. Not acceptable: antifreeze, chemicals, paint, gasoline, pesticides, and radioactive materials. Yes, I said radioactive materials. Colin Costello is at the mound, and he's ready to go ahead and try to get this third out here and end the top half of the second inning.
He's coming in at a little bit of a tough spot. With
Foul tip right to the backstop. I'm glad that fence is there now. And the count's 0-1. Yeah, definitely a high leverage, high pressure situation right here.
2 runners on, but we do have 2 outs as well. So,
yep, runners still in the corners, just need 1 here. And the pitch?
A little bit low.
Is it low? At the plate. 1-1. Runner at first, taking a generous lead. And the slow grounder to first. And the tag of the bag. And that ends New Bedford's half of the inning. I want to go back to just a second for that nuclear waste, that radioactive material. That I have so many questions about that, Tommy. Probably do not have anything to do with it.
Did the hotspot turn on? I can go check real quick.
You're good. Lost our color commentator for a second. One of the nice things about having a color commentator from OA is that he can kind of fill in the gaps a little bit for us who are watching today, give us a little bit of the backstory of the players that he knows, and help us understand a little bit more about them. The negative side is that sometimes, he's a player. He needs to take care of some things there on the bench, and so he'll be back here in just a moment. And also, a good time to remind you of Easton's Arbor Day celebration coming up at Oliver Ames High School Atrium. And that's on April 26th at 9 a.m. There's going to be a tree planting there, a cherry tree for DJ Henry. And so if you are able to go to that event, I would certainly suggest it. Well, Oliver Ames is definitely looking to try to get some of those 5 runs back and chip away at New Bedford's lead right now. The good news is that the bats were hot there in the first inning, and they were really pounding away at it. I feel like in a way that maybe New Bedford hasn't been so far. I know that doesn't necessarily show itself in the score right now, but so many grounders, so many of these low liners that were being hit by New Bedford just happened to be in the right place. And, of course, those pass balls and those wild pitches as well playing a factor. But OA really was getting a handle on the ball in that first inning, and I'm certainly looking to have them get another go at Danny Roche here as he is pitching again. We have any more sponsors that we want to mention here, Tommy?
So, I would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting OA Baseball. We got Danny Morse Insurance, Billy Adams, and ACS Services. and Andrew Zagami with Zagami Landscaping.
All right, and thank you to those OA baseball sponsors.
Here we go, Jake Willard.
Jake Willard, also one of the captains of OA. And that looked a little inside, but it was called a strike. It's actually
Pretty
a new
good breaking
pitcher.
ball.
New pitcher on the hill for New Bedford. Jaden Silva, or Sylvia, is pitching now. Ooh. Strike two. I have to wonder if perhaps Roche was taken out after getting hit by that pitch. Maybe a little bit of back tightness and soreness.
Yeah, that would definitely affect his pitching, so I'd assume that makes sense.
And that pitch is not just behind, that's way behind for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake just stood there, let it go behind him. Taking that ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's high for ball 2.
It's a good eye from Jake there.
Good plate discipline there. Excellent.
It's a good battle so far.
That's a curve that drops.
It's a
Actually,
little
no,
high.
it's a little high, yep. Nice looking curve, but outside of the zone. Full count here for Jake. And that's going to come right behind us, about 5 feet above our broadcast location. And the count remains full for Jake Willard. And just looking for another momentum change here, another momentum shift. And even though it's just 5 runs, to me it just doesn't feel very secure. And
Great
that
battle from Jake.
way to just stay with it, and he's going to take first on the base on balls. And that's going to bring up Harrison Fitzpatrick.
It's actually Harrison's birthday today as well.
All
Happy
right.
birthday to Harrison.
Well, he's due a big hit then.
Hopefully.
Jake at first. Checks his swing, but the pitch is in the zone for strike 1. The pitch. Gets a piece of that, and that's going to be foul to the same
And that
spot.
sounded like a car.
I hope that wasn't a car. Boy, that seems to be a recurring theme here today. If it would be this, maybe the same car. Who knows? I can't tell from our position
Seemed to
here.
have gone in around the same spot. So
Yeah, it did seem like it was around the same
that
spot
would be a very unlucky day for someone.
on the third base side. At least that would be 1 call to your insurance company instead of 2. That would be the only good thing you'd have going for that. And the count is 1 and 2. Again, runner on first. And he deals, and the runner goes, and it's outside, and the throw to second is not in time, and that's a stolen base. Jake Willard takes second. Takes the double play out of the equation, and the count's still 2 and 2.
Here we go, Harrison. Another good leave. 2 great battles at the plate from Harrison and Jake so far. See if we can get a hit or a walk here.
You got to like the patience at the plate, for sure. Full count. Silva with the pitch. And that's going to be
Another
just
walk.
outside
Here we go.
for ball 4.
Getting on base by any means possible here. No, we'll take that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Patrick DeLugri. Thank you, Tommy. You
course.
already knew that I needed help, so thank you. Patrick DeLugri. Patrick's at the plate. You really got to feel right now, even though it's 7-2, that no lead is safe today. Again, New Bedford has not won on the season yet. OA, again, is definitely feeling like they're due here today. 1-4 right now.
That long half of the inning.
Oh, and the bunt is going to go right to the pitcher, but that is going to advance the runners.
It's a good bunt.
A nice slow roller into the dirt right to the pitcher, although it was to the pitcher slow enough that the runners were to be able to advance with ease. A little small ball there. That's good. 1 out.
Thomas Whiteside up to the plate.
All right. OA Jr. Whiteside takes the pitch. Strike 1.
Sees his first strike there. Hopefully, he got 2 runners in scoring position. Hopefully he can make something happen here.
I'd love to be able to cut into that lead right here. And that pitch is inside, but he gets it just off the handle of the bat.
First, and
he may actually beat out the play at first.
Close.
He's out at first, but that is going to score a run, so you have to be happy with the advancement of the runner.
Good RBI there for T. White. Love to see that.
So that makes the score 7-3. OA chipping away. OA battling here.
Back at the top of the lineup with Matty L here.
Silva's pitch is outside and high for a ball. OA with a runner on third. Sets and the pitch. Right down the middle, but swing and a miss.
Good swing right there. Just missed her.
Yeah. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs.
Got a runner in scoring position here. If we can knock him in, that'd be nice.
Gets a piece of it, and that is foul, and that is back over towards the basketball courts. And you get some kids running after a souvenir there. Except they can't keep it. It's not Major Leagues. Yeah. I don't want to tell them that.
Back.
You're going to have to tell them that. All right.
Oh.
And that pitch just dropped out for a strike. Strike 3.
And that there on the breaking ball.
That is going to end the inning. Well, at the end of 2, the score is New Bedford 7 and Oliver Ames 3. We'll be back a moment here on ECAT.
Hey there, I'm Gail Devins, and join me as we discover all the businesses that made Easton great. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I cannot wait. I want to do it. I want to go there. I am definitely coming back, and I know you will too, because I'm telling you something. It is absolutely amazing in here. What a wonderful way to discover Easton. It's right here in Easton. Showing at noon on Mondays, 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, and 11 a.m. on Fridays, only on ECAT.
Everybody, and welcome to the official first episode of Eatin' with ECAT. My name is Joseph Taft.
I'm Jack Ryan.
And I'm Abby Kishlam.
We are, in fact, your co-hosts, and we are determined to bring you all the big eats that you can handle. So listen, if you're a foodie, you're not going to want to miss any of the action. Check out our website, www.eastoncat.org, or find us on social, at EastonCat, to find this episode on demand.
Oh, you're going down, Kishlam. You're going down. You're going down.
I got through the foam, and I'm getting a little more down to the... It's like...
The fact that there's jelly in this just unsettles me.
A Reuben sandwich is the best sandwich out. The sauerkraut mixed with the Thousand Island and the rye bread.
Back at Frothingham again, we're in the third inning, and the score is 7-3 New Bedford. Costello is still pitching, and that first ball is going to be in there a little bit inside. Ball 1. Well, it's definitely some opportunities for OA to score in the second inning, but coming away with one is at least a start here.
Good spot from Colin right there.
Excellent spot. 1-1 is the count.
Ooh, just missed.
A little bit of movement there, but it is outside for a count of 2-1. He's all business, man. He gets right to it.
No time to waste. There we go.
And that one hits the mark, 2-2.
Painted the outside corner there.
Oh, that is low, just a bit low, and the count's full. Jack DeMittens at the plate right now. Left fielder. Fouls that off. The count is still 3-2. Colin with the pitch. And that's going to be a walk. A leadoff walk for New Bedford. That brings up Danny Roche again. Now, he was pitching before, so I don't know if maybe there was a change. Maybe he came out of off the mound and then played another defensive position. It's hard to tell where some of the players are from our position here, but he is still at bat.
Andrew, the first pitcher?
Yeah. Yeah. They're talking about their pitcher.
Their pitcher.
Because he was their first pitcher, and he's at bat right now.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he may have moved, and we just couldn't catch it from where we're sitting. The count's 0-1 to Roche. Got hit by a pitch last inning. And the runner goes, the throw to second, and they're going to get him.
Looks like it's good. There we go.
Bang, bang play there to second. And let me tell you, could not have been thrown any better.
Great throw by Drew behind the plate there. Great tag by Pat. Love to see that.
Textbook right there, for sure. One out and 2 strikes.
It's going to bring some more momentum, especially with a 2-strike at bat right now. So hopefully we can close this one out for our second out.
Popped up and out of play. And the count remains 1-2. Outside again, 2-2. And that's going to come back right to the pitcher. Throw to first for out number 2. That's what we're looking for right here.
Good heads-up play by Colin there.
He was ready to field it cleanly. Throw it to first. Never in doubt. We're back to the top of the order. A third turn here for New Bedford. A.J. Rivera back up to the plate. First pitch is popped up.
Back, Drew, back.
To the catcher and caught just as quick. And that half inning was done, well, pretty quickly. No runs for New Bedford. The score remains 7-3 with OA coming up here in just a moment. It's good to see the defense doing what it needs to do, as well as just some really good pitching there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Quick 3 outs there. Hopefully we gathered a decent amount of momentum here. Get our bats rolling. Hopefully get some hits.
Yeah, going back to that put out at second. I mean, that not just the collection, the throw, the placement, the tag. I mean, it just couldn't get any better than that. And it came at a really good time, no doubt, to just try to, again, stop some of that momentum, keep putting that momentum back in OA's favor. Don't forget that the Friends of the Ames Free Library, their spring book sale, will be held on Saturday, April 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a 9:30 a.m. admission for members at Queeset House. That's at 51 Main Street, Northeastern. It's right behind the library. Use the right side of the driveway. I think we've got some sponsors for OA Boosters right now, too.
Yeah. So would like to thank Tom with Easton Country Club, Missy Gaultier from Southeastern Motor Sales, and Sean Smith from S. Smith Contracting.
All right. Very good. And if you are watching today here on ECAT, and you are watching because your child, your grandchild, your neighbor is playing, or you're a former student or graduate of OA, or you just want to watch some baseball on TV, we're sure glad to have you join us today. Thank you for allowing some people that have never done this before to try to do it and to try to do it well. And so Tommy's doing a great job. And I talk for a living, but not necessarily this, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope that you don't have to hit the mute button at home. And if you do, send those complaints to jtaft@eastoncat.org. So Silva is still at the dish here. Well, he's at the mound. Trying to see if I can locate their pitcher, who was out there before. Again, it's hard to tell from our location. He may be playing center right now. Or maybe playing left, I don't know. But he is definitely still in the game. But perhaps just not feeling it, being able to pitch after getting hit a couple innings ago. Either way, OA is ready to chip away again. And so it is 7-3.
D-Rod up. Hopefully he can get another big hit, just like his first at-bat.
Rogers looking to start. And that'll start right there with a grounder to third. The throw to first. He's hustling up the line, but it is in time for out number one. Good contact, good hustle, but just right at the third baseman.
Andrew Livingstone up to bat. He can make something happen here.
Andrew back at the plate. Silva with the pitch. Oof. That's high for a ball.
It's a good leave.
Second pitch. And hit to the exact same spot. Cleaned the exact, collected the exact same way and thrown out exactly the same.
Hammering the third baseman here.
Yeah. Prepared there on the corner, and good throws, good hustle to first, but just not enough.
Got Drew Hall for his second at bat.
Drew up with 2 outs, looking to make something happen here. Bottom of the third, 7-3 New Bedford. And Jaden Silva pitching, and that first pitch is in there for a strike.
Seemed like it had a decent amount of movement on it there.
Yeah.
It's a good breaking ball.
And the pitch.
Good leave.
The ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And he deals. And just hit that lower corner for strike number 2.
Got to be looking to protect here. Hopefully he has a good 2-strike approach for this.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And he hits it to the shortstop, who is going to field it cleanly as well. The throw is just in time. A 1-2-3 inning for New Bedford as OA does not get a hit this half inning. We'll be back in just a moment here from Frothingham Park. The score is 7-3 here on ECAP.
In 2023, Easton is a tight-knit community of 25,000 people. But with the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to forget our past. A time when Easton's population was 6,000.
Everybody knew who everybody
everybody
was.
And there was respect.
There was respect for everyone.
When kids enjoyed great freedom and independence.
Everybody was poor at today's standards, but we all were in the same boat and we enjoyed life.
So join me, Priscilla Almquist Olsen, as I explore what makes Easton so very special with some of its lifetime residents.
I think Easton has so much to offer, and if you're living in a community, you have to know it.
Watch Growing Up in Easton Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. See you then.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys...
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
And we're back. We'll get right to it. And first pitch in the dirt is a ball. Again, our score here from Worcester Field, Frothingham Park, is 7-3 New Bedford. We're at the top of the fourth. Second pitch is low for a ball. Marquise Gonsalves is at the bat, and he's going to hit it to the shortstop, who fields it. The throw to first is in time for out number one.
Clean play by Jake Willard there. That's what you love to see. First out.
A little curious yesterday. I mean, it rained for about 5 hours yesterday in the afternoon, and I was wondering how soggy the field would be today, if it was going to slow down the track a little bit. Doesn't seem to.
No, it didn't. Usually it like floods, especially in the outfield, like the center area, but doesn't really look like it did, which is pretty good.
Nope, it's drained well. Good. Field's definitely. Oh, he is hit that straight to the center fielder,
and that's going to be the second
for
out.
Number two.
Catch by Harrison Fitzpatrick there.
And just like that, there are two Whalers down. And Trevor Rodriguez, the DH, is back at the bat. So you say, you know, in the outfield, there's sometimes the water that collects out there.
Yeah, especially like right where the scoreboard is. It gets usually forms a pretty big puddle.
Okay.
But doesn't seem like it did, which is nice.
That's got to be hard because some of those hits that just roll forever out there, and then it just stops at the edge of the water. That's got to be hard.
Yeah. There you go. That's
and
a good spot.
Swing and a miss. Well, you like seeing that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, all business at the mound. Next pitch. That's going to be just foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We go Colin.
Colin looking to get out of this inning with a 1-2-3 inning here. 1 more strike is needed.
Be just a little high.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind's picking up a little bit out here right now. Also outside, ball 3. Got a full count and 2 outs here. The payoff pitch. And that's in there for a strike. He froze him up, and just like that.
It's a great pitching inning from Colin there.
That's a
good defense.
That's a 1-2-3 inning right there. Everything's definitely coming together for OA. I'd say the last 30 minutes or so. Good to see. All right, well, I think we got a few sponsors. And Tommy, tell us about some more of our OA baseball sponsors.
Would like to thank David Morley with My 3 Sons. I'd like to thank Stacy Piazza with Simonelli's Automotive. I think I mispronounced that, but it's all right. Then Allison Law with Allison Law, stylist at Novell Salon.
All right. This is also a good time to remind you that the town of Easton is hiring. You can join the team by sending your resume and application to jobs@easton.ma.us. They're looking this summer for lead lifeguard, a seasonal job, lifeguards, as well as lead lifeguard and program support staff. Again, send your resume and application to jobs@easton.ma.us. All right, Tommy, are you settling in right now?
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling good?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
we're
chilling
feeling
at
good.
the moment.
We're making it happen. We were just talking at the last break about how perhaps we had done this before at a baseball game, when there wasn't a camera and there wasn't a headset and a microphone. And it seems really easy when you're sitting in the bleachers and you're just wanting to talk. And then you sit here and you know that there's probably a lot of people that are very invested in this team. Like I said, parents and grandparents. And you just want to get it right. And so I hope that we've done that for you today. But I was saying that when I was growing up, I would sit at Tropicana Field and do play-by-play, which was easy to do because the Devil Rays in the late 90s, 1, were not good, and 2, nobody was there. And so no one cared if I was calling play-by-play. And my dad and I would do that, and we thought it was just great fun. And I will tell you, this is a lot more nerve-wracking today than that was at the Trop in the late 90s. But we're about to start here at the bottom of the 4th. And just by way of clarification, earlier I had mentioned that Danny Roca was pitching, and I had this marked down on my score sheet here. He's actually the catcher, and there hasn't been no pitching change. And so, again, forgive me for my ignorance on that one. But and that's a great start to the inning right there. That's deep into center field, and it looks like it's into the tree, and that's going to go for
stretch 3.
A ground rule double? No, it's going to continue as a
He's safe
triple.
At third. There you go. Tree ball from Lucas Riley there. Love to see that, especially at Frothingham here.
He got all of that ball, and that went way out there. And
great piece.
I wasn't sure if that was a ground rule double, so that's a playable ball off the tree. Okay.
So, if it hits off the tree, you just got to play it where it lies, Get as many bases as you can off of that.
It's like hitting a ring on the Trop. All right, so you just never know once it hits where it's going to fall. But he was motoring around the bases and turned that into a triple. And OA looking to capitalize. Outside.
I think that was a little outside, but
that's strike 1, but it looks like everyone else here seems to think that was a strike. So, but 0-1 is the official count. And the pitch.
See, that was like the same exact spot as the last pitch. But
what I was thinking,
we got a ball and a strike here, so
he
beats me. I'm not the ump. I'm just the commentator.
That's it. Yeah, and we that's it. It's nice to criticize other people at their jobs, and that's our job. So, all right, it's and that's outside for a ball. Definitely feel a little bit of energy here from the OA side of things. 7-3, runner in scoring position, dancing down the line a little bit, and that's going to be hit for a foul.
You go, Jake. Protect your kid.
Again, Jake Willard at the plate, co-captain here of the Tigers. And he's going to
battle it off there.
he's going to just tip that one foul to stay alive. A really good way to stay alive there. And the pitcher, keep an eye on that runner on third, although he is moving a little bit.
Ooh.
And he swings and misses for out number one.
Harrison Fitzpatrick. Hopefully he can make something happen here. We got one runner in scoring position, so be nice to knock him in.
Again, just trying to reel New Bedford back in here, one run at a time. And that's going to be in there for strike one. Harrison ready for the pitch. And here it is. And fouled back.
Right back to us.
Could almost pick that one up there.
Hey, Doogie. And he did not want to say hi back.
No, he is
locked in.
He is locked in. Yeah, he is getting ready, and he does not want to talk to us. He has no time for us, Tommy. All right, he's focused. He's focused on that RBI that he's looking for. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
I don't know about that. That is called a strike. But again, I would probably say that strike zone is about 2 inches either side wider than the plate.
It's a pretty big zone here.
Yeah, that's a very generous zone.
I feel like it's been varying throughout the game, but
yeah,
try not to criticize that much.
Absolutely. Strike one. So we have 2 outs. We still have the runner on third.
Good leave.
Patrick at the plate, and looking to get that run across the plate here. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs. 7-4. New Bedford leads. Oh, and that was really inside, but a wild pitch. So he swung for a strike, but that did actually bring the runner home, and so that's going to put us at 7-4. Oliver Ames
chopping the lead down a little bit.
Little bit at a time here. Little bit at a time here. Absolutely. And so swung at a pitch that probably wasn't a great pitch to swing at, but at the same time, in that confusion, did bring home a run. So you got to be thankful for that. And that is strike number 3. Well, Oliver Ames scores again. The score is New Bedford 7, Oliver Ames 4. We'll be back in a moment here on ECAT.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of For the Love of Words. After a 3-year hiatus, join me, John Holgerson, and
Priscilla Almquist Olsen,
as we interview poets and musicians. Could you give the audience a little summary of your background as a child?
When I turned 7 or so, we were car bombed. That stuck out.
And have them share their love of words.
Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
A thin broth of moonlight caught in the trees spreads across the garden brush, so one side of every stick shimmers while the other sides melt into one another, a mass grave of cherry, pear, and pine.
For the Love of Words at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
And we're back at Frothingham, and it is the top of the 5th, and New Bedford has 7. Oliver Ames, your Tigers, have 4. And that's going to go right to the shortstop, who's going to
Willard.
pump, throw to first. And he's
Good
out.
play by Jake there.
Tom, I really feel like OA has settled down the last probably couple innings.
Yeah, our defense has been pretty good. Our offense slowed down a little bit, but we're making the plays in the field.
Yep. And again, not a lot of. Oh, I'm dropping all my play-by-play stuff here. All right. It's exciting. I feel like, Tommy, as that first pitch comes in for a ball, I feel like New Bedford's making contact. Just not a lot of power there today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff.
Definitely, I'd say more on the small ball side for them.
Yeah. All right, and that's a high pop into foul territory, and it's going to be caught.
There we go.
For out number 2.
Good tracking by Lucas Riley over at first there.
Lucas has had a couple heads-up plays here today. Actually, that runner that he threw out at third, who was trying to cheat on him a little bit there a couple innings ago, and got that fairly deep near the OA bench, but pulled it off for out number 2.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a strike.
First
That's what I
pitch
thought.
is a strike.
There we go.
Our
good pitch.
Our umpire today has a very slow call, it seems like.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell sometimes whether it's a ball or a strike if it's close, especially when the strike zone, in my unprofessional opinion, is a little inconsistent.
Yeah.
But ball number 2. Counts 2-1, 2 outs. Again, the score is 7-4, New Bedford, but OA slowly coming back. And he hits it to the second baseman, who is going to throw to first, and that will end New Bedford's half of the inning.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the third 1-2-3 out inning in a row? I believe that.
It's at least the second, and I think ever since Colin has come in, they've definitely settled down. It's good to watch, really good to watch.
Yeah, we got some great defense going on right now.
Yeah, it's been good, and so, we have 3 more innings for OA to try to catch back up here, but let's have some sponsors. What do you got for some sponsors here, Tommy?
Here we go. We would like to thank Jay Pike with Bridge Crew Ventures, Tori Fields with Easton Family Dentistry, and Timmy the Tailor with Timmy the Tailor.
Timmy the Tailor, I like that. All right, that is good. Thank you all for your sponsorship of OA Sports and for OA Boys Baseball specifically. Easton has a drug take-back day coming up on April 27th. Turn in your unneeded medication for safe disposal at the Easton Police Department between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 27th. Easton Police and the Drug Enforcement Administration will give the public an opportunity to prevent pill abuse and theft by ridding their homes of potentially dangerous, expired, unused, and unwanted prescription drugs. Sharps, needles, syringes are no longer accepted as part of the Drug Take-Back Day. However, Easton residents are able to bring household sharps to the Easton Fire Department Station 3 during several times during the week. Sharps must be secured in capped, puncture-resistant containers such as laundry detergent bottles or red sharp containers. That is the Drug Take-Back Day, April 27th at the Easton Police Department on Lothrop Street here in North Easton. And again, this has been a game that's just been the momentum switch over and over again. And you take away New Bedford's first couple innings and some of those inopportune runs that came in, and this has really been OA really showing some control here in this game, and it does certainly give us hope that OA will be able to come back here in these last few innings and take some of these good rips that they're getting. That last hit that hit the tree,
Lucas Riley.
Lucas hit that. How much feet do you think that tree is from here?
From where we are, from home?
From the plate, yeah.
From the plate, I'd say probably around I want to say around 300, but I'm not.
That's what I'm thinking. If there's a fence out there,
yeah, I'm not entirely sure though. But
if we were playing with a fence here, that would be somewhere around there. And if you've ever been to Frothingham Park, as we start the bottom half of the fifth, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's a track that surrounds the baseball field, and the dimensions here make the Polo Grounds look small, if you know what that is. Polo Grounds back in the day had a center field that was about 490 feet. And I'm not saying it's that necessarily, but the right field here just goes for miles. And there's a pop-up that's going to the right fielder, as we mentioned that, and he makes the catch for out number 1. But then in the left field, you have a very deep left field that's probably around 400 feet, maybe give or take, and then about a 15-foot berm that surrounds it. It's a very unique field, and the bleachers that are out here aren't typical bleachers that are surrounding the field, but just on one side, set up for the days when football were played out here back in the older times here in Easton. So we're 0-1, 1 out. The pitch.
It's going to get through
solidly struck, and that's going to go into the outfield for a base hit.
Here we go, Matt Lawson. We'd love to see that. Good piece there.
1 aboard and 1 out for OA. David Rogers at the plate.
They're going to take a mound visit here. It's definitely gotten a little bit chillier out. Yeah.
That strange, the temperature seems to be dropping. A little bit more wind,
definitely.
No doubt about it. The crowd is bundled up out here. It's spring baseball, and so it could be 70, it could be 40, it could be anywhere in between. And,
pitching change.
Yep, so a call to the bullpen.
Center field to pitcher, pitcher to right, and right to center.
So we get a little bit of shuffling going on here, and we'll have a pitching change. And Bedford's pitcher, Silva, had a solid start, but definitely seems to be time for him to be able to call it a day. We have a new pitcher warm up here in just a second, and then we will be back with a little bit more. we're back. 1 out for OA after that call to the bullpen. And really with the call to center field because A.J. Rivera has come out from center field to pitch now for New Bedford. That first pitch is a strike.
The boys over on the bench seem to be pretty rowdy right now, so
they're picking up. It's good. Yeah. It's good to hear.
Love to hear that chatter.
Yeah,
it's a great component of baseball right there.
Absolutely. Oof. And that pitch is going to be outside. No, it's not. It's a strike. I'm going to have to learn to wait about 5 seconds after each pitch just to make sure that we're on the right side of things. And the count is 0-2 with 1 out. Runner on first. And he gets that one, and that's going down the left field or right field line, and that is going to fall fair.
That's a fair ball.
That's a fair ball.
That is
and
a long fly ball.
He's having trouble finding it. The right fielder is. He's throwing it to the cutoff man. That's going to score at least one, and that's a stand-up triple for Oliver Ames. He got all of that one, Tommy.
Another triple for David Rogers right there. What a day for the kid.
Unbelievable.
There we
Absolutely unbelievable game. And that was hugging the line all the way down. Wasn't sure if that was going to stay fair, but sure enough, it just fell within the first base line, foul line, and the right fielder having some trouble picking it up, having some trouble finding it.
That's how you turn on the baseball there, you know. Inside ball, straight down the right field line. Love to see that.
And I'll tell you, that has energized Frothingham Park. No doubt about it. So we have a runner on third and 1 out. And believe it or not, it's good to say, but the tying run's at the plate.
Yeah.
One ball, 1 strike.
Decent amount of game left as well. So.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Bottom of the 5th. Again, score 7-5. Oliver Ames making a comeback. The pitch. That's low and through the legs. Runner at third looks, but goes back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now, he really turned on that. He got every bit of that. And talking about that very deep right field, that's actually the most shallow part of right field because of the properties that line Frothingham. And it may be a shallow part, but it's still deep. It's still really deep out there. A swing and a miss, and so the count is 2-2. If it was not for a decent throw to the cutoff and then into the infield, you're looking at maybe an inside the park home run.
Yeah. You know, he's a pretty fast guy, so I think he definitely could have stretched that if needed.
Full count, 1 out. OA's bench alive here at the bottom of the 5th. And the throw. Ooh. Swing and a miss for out number 2. Drew Hall coming up to the plate now. Again, he represents the tying run here at the plate. Rivera deals way outside for a ball. I'm still not confident calling that a ball right away. I mean, that's outside, but you have to be sure. But that was definitely outside. Ball 1. And then it's right there at the edge of the strike zone for strike number 1. 1-1. Drew digs in. Rivera deals. That's low. He checks his swing. It's called a strike. He got around just enough for the second base umpire to call it a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Drew Hall at plate. Pitch outside, ball 2. Throw to home. Again, outside, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th. Drew Hall at the plate, looking to bring one home. Rivera with the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. However, OA gets another one on the board. 3 innings, 3 runs. The score is 7-5. New Bedford with the lead, but OA starting to come back. We'll be with you in just a moment here on ECAT.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys.
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
It's the 6th inning here at Frothingham, and OA making its comeback, 7-5. New Bedford back at the plate, back at bat. Colin continues to really put OA in a good place right now. That's ball 1.
I was waiting to see if maybe you'd give a strike call there.
Yeah, well, you can't be too sure, Tommy. You just can't be. The next pitch.
And hit by pitch.
Right on the shoulder. And he's going to take first base. That was Jack DeMeadow, hit by the pitch there. No outs, runner on first. Batter takes time.
Look back over at first again.
Roca at bat once again, or Roche rather. He is Oroka. He is the bottom of the order.
Bunt, and that's going to be a pass ball, which will go out.
And that's actually going to miss the backstop, go out of play. Really keeping the runner from taking an extra base. So runner on second, no outs, 1 ball, no strikes. Roca at the plate. Colin takes a moment. And the pitch. He looks for the bunt, pops it up, and it may be enough time to get it. And it's not fielded cleanly by Colin, and then the overthrow to first base. That is going to score 1 run for New Bedford.
The long throw, it's not.
He is going to bunt his way to third base.
It's definitely not good.
Well, just a little pop-up bunt. Definitely didn't get all of the ball, but at the same time got enough hard handle by Colin to be able to pick it up and get it to first. in haste trying to make sure that he could get the out. Just a little bit too much on it, and that runner Roca went all the way from first to third. So it's 8-5 New Bedford, and there's a hit to the gap. But it's actually, no, it's not. It's going to be caught. And he absolutely throws a laser to the cutoff man and saved a run right there. He threw that so hard, he threw himself to the ground. That was that's what you're looking for right there. He is throwing with some reckless abandon. So, one out.
Indeed. Yep. Throw it and just dive while you're there.
That is a throw that saved a run right there. There's another hit that's going to go right to center field. It will score a run. Another runner for New Bedford crosses the plate. The score is now 9-5 with one out. That was a gapper right there, just between the second baseman and the shortstop, right over second.
Go, Colin. Style back in here.
Joe Costello back at the plate. Right fielder. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
There we go. It's a good spot.
1-1. Oway looking for the opportunity to turn 2 here. The temperature has definitely gone down here, which is unusual. We started the game, and it feels like it is colder than when we started for some reason.
I feel like we were like mainly in the sun at the beginning, and now
the clouds are coming in, a little bit more wind.
Yeah.
Certainly not what we were looking for or hoping for when we started the game today, but still a good day for baseball. 1-2 is the count, 1 out. The runner goes, and that is going to go right between right and center, and that's going to score at least 1.
Stay at 2 and a stand-up double. Stretching the lead to 5.
10-5 New Bedford. Stand-up double for Costello. And that was a gapper in every sense of the word that just fell right between right and center. Nothing you can do about that but get it and try to get it back in as quick as you can and stop the damage. And looks like we might have a substitution here or a pinch runner. Or is it pitching change? Yeah, we got a pitching change.
We got Matt Lawson coming in from third base to pitch. In the nuts. And it looks like, I think Evan Zamilo subbing in to play third base.
Right.
I believe.
So we got some defensive changes for OA here as they try to stop the damage, stop the bleeding from this last half inning. 3 runs in just the last few moments. 1 out for New Bedford, and a new pitcher warming up. What can you tell us about our new pitcher, Tommy?
So we got Matt Lawson. He is one of our co-captains and has been on varsity for a few years now. He mainly plays shortstop, second or third, but he also does dabble in pitching quite a bit. You know, you'll see him pitch a few games. I believe I'm trying to think. It's either I think it's his second time pitching so far this season.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if I'm right, but I'm at least pretty sure. But throws hard. He hits the zone, so I'd say he's more on the textbook side, you know.
He's coming in certainly with some work to do with a runner on second and 1 out. Looking for, and there's that wind again. Our sponsors are flying away. All right, this might be a good time to have some sponsors. Why don't you give us a few more while we are waiting for the pitching change?
Yeah, let's see. I'd like to thank John Willard with Complete Energy Solutions. Let's go with Kevin Kelleher with Kelleher Doors, Inc. and Stephanie McCann-Elia with Elia Business Services.
All right, and again, thank you for your sponsorship for OA Baseball and their sponsorship opportunities for OA Baseball as well as for ECAT. And you can reach reach out to either of those and get more information about how you could be a part of All Our Ames Baseball and ECAT broadcasting. All right, well, we're back at the action here with Lawson. And that's going to be a pop-up. It's going to go behind the catcher.
Drew.
He's making...
Good catch, Drew. Attaboy, Drew.
Made some tracks there. Found it in the sun. Well, with some sun out here right now, but was looking up in the sky, made a heads-up play. And I'll tell you, OA could use that for sure because that puts a little bit of different spin on things now with 2 outs, man on second. And that's got to be feeling good having a quick out right there. Pitch is high for a ball. Costello, a little bit of movement there on second, just trying to keep Matt guessing a little bit. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Great pitch.
Good spot, Matt.
1-1. Jaron Goodine at the plate for New Bedford. The Whalers up by 5. The pitch is outside for a ball.
Just missed there. The outside corner.
Costello definitely seems to be looking to try to take third. That's low and in the dirt.
Gonna pick.
Oh,
They're
going to get him in the pickle there, but they're going to. It's a close play at third, and he is safe. So try to get the pickoff back at second, and as he did so, the runner advanced to third, and the throw was close, but it was safe. So 3-1, 2 outs, runner on third now. Matt pitches.
There we go.
And that's going to be in there for a strike.
Good strike right there.
Great placement there.
Full count with 2 outs.
Payoff pitch to come here. Lawson with the pitch. Strike 3, and that will end New Bedford's turn at the plate. OA will come back and try to go back at it again, down by 5 once again, but looking to make a comeback. It's New Bedford 10 and Oliver Ames 5. We just had some sponsors for you just a few moments ago for OA Baseball, but just as some information of things going on in Easton, Habitat for Humanity, the South Shore Habitat for Humanity invites you to a community meeting to discuss the new project at 26 Pequannock Avenue. Learn more about the project and find out how to get involved on Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. Well, the bad news is, well, that's already happened. I guess I should have read that ahead of time. So I hope. We wish them the best. But who printed these out, Joe? This might be a great time to remind you that the 2023 Annual Water Quality Report is able to be seen at the Water Division's webpage for the town of Easton, easton.ma.us. Any questions, please call the Water Department at 508-230-0850. And the lesson learned there is make sure that you print the correct week's town crier before you come to the ballpark. That is a rookie move in every way possible. I'm just reading it. I'm like, this doesn't sound right. This does not sound right at all. But certainly wish all the best to those good folks at Habitat for Humanity. Well, OA again looking to get out of the hole. You know, down by 5. It was 7-2 for quite a while, and battling back. OA has been doing so the last few innings, one run at a time. But now looking back at a 5-run deficit again, with 2 more shots to be able to try to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Lucas Riley is going to come up, co-captain here for the team and a senior. And he is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th.
You got Lucas Riley. Here we go. For another big AB here.
OA looking to rally. OA looking to claw back into the game. Lucas takes the pitch.
It's a good leave.
Ball 1. Fouled off.
Oh. Straight to the OA benches.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hard to stay patient. You know that you're running out of at-bats here. You know that there's 6 outs to go. But patience is still the key at the plate. And he gets to that, and that's going to be another gapper.
Another ripper from Lucas, and that's going to
go
drop.
right between.
Stretch 2, maybe 3.
Right into
stand up double. Great ripper from the kid.
Great start. Great start right there. That just fell right between the right and center fielders. Right where it needed to go. Right in front of the tree. And just like that, OA has a runner on second and no outs.
Jake Willard up to the plate. Pretty good spot here. Runner in scoring position.
And again, it just is that feeling that the lead has never truly been safe, no matter how far New Bedford has gotten ahead. Because OA just continues to get just real good contact on the ball.
Yeah.
And so you have to feel like this game could turn at any moment. A little bit of a dance on second, making the pitcher pay attention. Ball 2. Lucas continuing to take a fairly generous lead off of second. Here's the pitch from Rivera. It's low, and he swings through.
There. I like that pitch selection though from Jake there. 2-0 count.
Gonna be a little bit of aggressive here, trying to get that run home. 2 ball, 1 strike. Rivera checking on second and pitching. Low.
Good leave.
He's thinking about it, but laid off. 3-1.
Low and outside. 3-1. As they say, this is the hitter's count, so hopefully Jake can make something happen.
Definitely looking to turn something here.
Be nice if he could drive in. Lucas at second.
RBI would be good, and that ball is going to be...
That'd be a strike.
A strike call.
3-2. Full count.
10-5, New Bedford. Bottom of 6 here at Frothingham. Rivera, throw to home. And that's outside for ball 4.
There we go. Wasn't quite sure if that would have been called ball or strike there.
No, we'll take it. We'll take it, Tommy. We're glad for that. And we got runners on first and second.
And we got Harrison Fitzpatrick up to the plate.
Had a good day so far.
And yet again, happy birthday.
Yeah, forgot about that. That's good. So, make that day even better would be to get an RBI or 2 here.
2 on.
That's inside. Ball 1.
Let's go, Harrison. Make something happen here.
Fouled off to the bench.
You're pretty in sync right there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that, Tommy. All right. This is good. This is good. Seeing as we have all of 6 innings of experience in both of our careers so far, I'd say we're doing okay. If you're listening and you agree, we'd love to hear from you. If not, well, jtaff at eastoncat.org. That's all I have to say there. All right. Lucas definitely moving around on second, looking, if not to run, just to distract A.J. Rivera.
Called strike. 2-2. Got to protect here. Make something happen with no outs. 2 runners on. Definitely in a good spot at the moment.
And the pitch as high and almost to the helmet there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Always bench.
Yo, Harrison.
Definitely getting into it now. Full count and the pitch, and he gets it right to the
he lines
third
up, and they're
baseman.
going to have a
That is going to be a double play.
Almost triple play for New Bedford.
Tommy, we almost witnessed a triple play
That-
right there.
Wow.
You don't see that every day.
You do
but
not.
A liner right to the third baseman who makes the tag on Lucas, who is making a break for third. And if it wasn't for the fumbled ball there at first base, we could have been looking at 3 outs. That is a rally killer right there.
Indeed
That
it
is
is.
tough to watch.
Got Patrick DeLugri looking to make something happen here. There we go.
And that's a swing into shallow center
shallow.
for out number 3. Well, a strange turn of events there for Oliver Ames as they turn a double, almost a triple play to end the rally and to end the inning. We'll be back in just a moment from Frothingham. It's New Bedford 10 and Oliver Ames 5 here on ECAT.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys.
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube. Want to get involved in an exciting race around historic Northeaston? Apply to be on Expedition Easton, a local version of the amazing race produced by ECAT. This summer, 6 pairs, 12 contestants, will get the chance to compete for the grand prize. All ages are welcome, but each pair must have one member over 18 years old. Think you got what it takes to complete the expedition? Email info@eastoncat.org or call us at 508-230-7200. Casting has begun. Dates are set for June 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th.
Welcome back. It's the 7th inning, and New Bedford up 10-5, and we're in our final inning. And OA just wants to get a quick 1-2-3 inning here from New Bedford and try to come back. And the pitch. That's low for a ball. 2-0. Fouls it off. 1-2, or 2-1.
Ground ball to Jake.
The throw to
And
first.
he's out.
Out number
There we
1.
go.
What you're looking for there at Sharples is out at first, with JT Goodine coming to bat. Actually, Jake DeMitto coming up to bat. Nope. All right, 1 out. Away. Again, that wind starting to pick up here out right now, outside for ball 1. That wind feels like it's coming in. I know I'm no meteorologist, but ball 2. I know this, it's cold.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the direction, I can't tell you the miles per hour. I know this, that's a cold wind coming in. And contact is made, that's going to get right to the second baseman.
And
For out
out
number
at
2.
first. There we go.
we're that much closer to that 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. Played a solid defense, I'd say, ever since the second inning, really. We've been really good. It's just not getting too much started on offense here.
Yeah, it's been a tale of two games in a lot of ways. You consider OA just really had some strong defense, strong pitching, and just some moments where the wheels came off a little bit. And that's why we're looking at 10-5 right now. New Bedford looking for their first win of the year, and certainly feeling it a little bit right now, feeling that they're close. But OA still has a lot to say. Count 0-1. That's going to be popped up and in play. And the catch is made. And that, my friend, is a 1-2-3 inning.
Indeed, I'd say that's we've had plenty of those this game.
Right. OA is down to their final 3 outs, down to the final half inning, looking to try to catch up and win here. I'll tell you, it would be a game that we would remember, no doubt, if they'd come back and score 5 and 6 would be even better.
Yeah.
You have any sponsors for us? Are we out today?
Yeah.
What do we got, Tommy?
Let's rip some sponsors. Here we go. Would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting OA. JJ Morrison with Royal Porta-Johns. Vince Diorio with I do not know how to say that. Vitality IV Hydration. Not quite sure if I pronounced that right. And then Neil Levine with McGuire's Bar and Grill. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for your sponsorship of OA Baseball. It's a good time to remind you as well that there is the Children's Museum annual Father's Day 5K coming up. Believe it or not, it has not happened yet. It's coming up on June 16th, 2024. Registration is open. Go online to the Children's Museum website to get more information about that Father's Day 5K. I understand that's a fun race right there in downtown Easton, and get some information on that. I also do know that ECAT is looking, I believe still looking, for participants for the Amazing Race coming up in June, and so we need some help with that. So if you live in Easton and you are interested on a Saturday, on a Sunday for 2 weeks to be able to be part of Easton's version of the Amazing Race, it's going to be a lot of fun. Reach out to Easton, Community Access Television, eastoncat.org, and get your spot. Easton's Got Talent is also coming up here this summer as well, and you can find more information about both of those shows on our website. And I'll tell you, what a town. You can go and you can go sing in a singing contest. You can go run around town and try to find different things in a scavenger hunt, and you could even, well, you can even call a baseball game. How about that? So you can do it all with Easton Community Access Television, where dreams come true. All right. Well, we are in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And, of course, you're familiar with the fact that this is a 7-inning game, not a 9-inning game. And so Oliver Ames needs to come back now in the last half of the 7th. And certainly, again, anticipating that, looking forward to that, hoping that that'll be the case. The crowd has actually a good crowd here today, so much so that it seems to have gotten larger as time has gone on. Maybe people getting off of work and different things. But, again, the unique nature of the seating arrangement here as such as you got folks sitting along the third baseline, not the first baseline, and then also people seated on the berm way out there in some park benches about 400 or so feet out. There's even some people way out on the other side of the fence, 450 feet or so back, watching from their cars, sitting in their cars and watching inside. It's a great place to catch a ball game. Well, here we go. Let's buckle up. It is the bottom of the 7th, and let's see OA come back here, Tommy. First pitch.
And up to bat, we have Thomas, a.k.a. the King, Whiteside. Hopefully he can make something happen here. Start a good rally, bottom 7.
Time to put some rally caps on. It's 0-1. And that one's in the dirt for a
good leave from T.Y. What makes him the king? Oh my goodness, that's what makes him the king.
That would be what makes him the king, except the left fielder is going to get right under.
Coming off the bat, that looked like it was going to go.
That's the sound
further.
you're looking for right there. I'll tell you. You know, there's sometimes it's major leagues and the wooden bat.
Yeah,
or
my
even
reaction
to
that was definitely based off the sound.
You
of
could
the bat
tell
there.
the sound. It sounded good, but it was
sounded
just
great. You know,
under the left fielder.
thought it would have been perfect. You asked me, why is he the king? And I was like, that's why. But,
that was excellent timing, but just wasn't to be. And so 1 away and 1 ball here.
Got Matt Lawson coming back up to the plate.
Again, just looking to get on board right here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch.
Fouled. It's going to be out.
It's going to go out towards the tennis courts. The count's 1-1. Matt digs in. Again, just looking to get on board right now. And the pitch.
Outside. Low and outside. It's
Down
good
in the
lead.
dirt. 2-1. Again, the temptation here is to try to do too much. You know you're down by 5. You know that you want to come back. But really, it's just about getting on board. It's about staying patient. And that's going to be right up to the second baseman, and
it's going to be out.
He's going to be out. It looked like that was going to slip through right there.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell from the angle
straight through.
that we're at here in the
unfortunate
broadcast booth, but that's going to be 2 away, and the window for Oliver Ames is shrinking here. 10-5, 2 outs. David Rogers is at the plate, wants to keep this thing alive.
Yo, David, 2 triples for him today.
He's had a day. He's who you want to have at the plate right now. And he makes contact. It's going to be to the first baseman. If he can cover, the pitcher is going to cover, and that will be the final out. New Bedford receives their first win of the year today. Congratulations to them, but for OA, certainly a bit of a disappointment, no doubt. Score here from Frothingham. Final is New Bedford Whalers 10, Oliver Ames Tigers 5. We're glad to have you join us here today at Worcester Field, Frothingham Park. I want to say thank you to Tommy for providing color commentary today.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you, as well as for Adam and Tyler on the cameras, and again, the incredible Joe Taft as our engineer. Well, our final score, once again from Frothingham, is New Bedford 10, Oliver Ames 5. We'll see you next time here on ECAT.
Oliver Ames Sports are sponsored by Bank of Easton, Easton Lions Club, Law Firm of Sutton & Sutton. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for their support in producing this sports season.